Hello and welcome back. In this video, I wanted to talk about religion and its origins and how a person tends to become more conservative as he discovers a religion and as he ages and matures, tends to look upon his solutions of his problems in religion and becomes more conservative. So, let us first look at the origins of religion and how it starts. So, a religion is a way of describing or giving a solution to this problem of existence. Um of course, it may have different definitions in different cultures and traditions, but this is what it basically means in uh, human experience. So what I've gathered is that a person's soul wants to know its origins, where it comes from, and what is this world, and what is this place that he finds himself in. And in order to answer this question, one looks at firstly one looks at his own education and how his education has taught him to answer this question. So, scientific education is something um, more rational and more related to the physical realm, and which explains a lot of the laws and a lot of physics related to the physical realm that we are able to interact with, like biology, chemistry, and physics. These are uh, some of the areas which of the scientific study. So these areas tend to explain the physical realm that we see and are able to interact with. So manifestation in the physical realm takes no time, in the sense that if you want to move an object from one place to another, it takes no time, in the sense that you can just move it physically, and it requires very less time. But I want to give you a theory or a different perspective on this life that we find, and this perspective is looking at this life in terms of circles or spheres. So the physical realm is the first sphere or the first circle, and the second circle is the it actually goes inside. We're not going to go outside of the physical realm and try to look at the planetary system or anything outside the earth, but we're going to go inside because it solves most of our problems. So when we go inside the the second sphere that we interact with is the subtle sphere, or what is called in the yogic terms is the prana or the life energy. And this, obviously, it's not just a yogic expression. There are so many other traditions which refer to this sphere, especially in the East. You can find the similar terms in Sufism and in Vedanta and in other different traditions which originate from the East, and even in Christian mysticism and the Kabbalah. So the second sphere is the subtle sphere, which is which is the realm where desires are manifested, in the sense that when you think of something, you have a feeling of achieving it. That is, so if I ask you to imagine a huge amount of money, then you feel it inside this sphere, in this subtle sphere. You actually feel how it feels like to have huge amount of money, right? So this is the subtle sphere in which desires are partially manifested. And things in the subtle sphere take time to move, in the sense that the in the physical realm, things did not take much time to move, but in the subtle realm, things take quite a time to move. And as you get more disconnected or more disidentified from the subtle realm, things take more and more time. So, for example, a child is more connected to his subtle body, and that is why he experiences a lot of weird experiences that are abnormal for adults to feel. But children go through a lot of spiritual experiences early on in their life, and so this is the subtle body which experiences all these different life forces and energy. And in this subtle body, there are we can classify the subtle body into many different aspects and many different realms. We can even go into the angelic realms, and the subtle body is the body which is with dreams, since that when you sleep, you leave the gross or the physical realm and go into the dream world through the subtle body. And this subtle body is takes uh, quite some time to manifest things into it. So, and as you age or as you get older, and as your mental imagination starts to decrease, you will find that you are getting more and more disconnected with the subtle body. But if you are on a spiritual path, or if you are on any spiritual path, or if you are doing yoga or meditation, or any kind of practice, then you will certainly be connected to the subtle body. Then there is the realm of the mental body, which is the seat of individuality or ego. Um, all that I'm, by the way, all that I'm talking about is it's referring from this book called God Speaks by Meher Baba, which you can go and read if you would like to get more in-depth knowledge about these things. I have found that God Speaks has classified many things, and it gives you a very accurate and uh, very descriptive model of this universe. It has all the charts, and so let me show you the charts. So it has different charts that you can look into and try to gain knowledge of the divine theme. That is what calls it. So there are different charts in the book mentioned here, and you can see how how different things relate to each other. So different bodies relate to each other. So there are different charts, and you can have a more in-depth grasp. And as you develop your not just your intellectual knowledge, as you start to contemplate on the idea that is given here in this book, you will start to see that see and interact with all these different bodies and all these different aspects of human life, which is very important uh, in order to actually understand what's happening here and to have at least some control of your own life. Uh, you will eventually find that life at certain point, especially in your mid 20s or maybe in your early 30s, or maybe later, even in your 40s, you will find that life is not in your control. Since that you've been doing all these things that society has told you to do, and you've been following all these laws and all these rules given to you by, and you have accumulated a lot of things in your life, and now you find that you actually don't find any satisfaction in all these things that you've gathered, especially in the physical realm, because peace and love is not connected to the physical realm at all. um, it's a very illusionary feeling, or a very temporary feeling of gain. uh, Whatever you achieve in the physical realm, uh, it gives you temporary satisfaction. It does not last at all. And if you are watching this video, you probably know this by now. And if you are into spirituality, you probably know this. But there are some people who are not even looking in the right direction. And I just want people to look in the right direction. That is, to look into themselves and not outwards. We have looked outwards enough, and we haven't found really any circumstantial evidence or any circumstantial proof or any lasting solution to many of our problems, many of our questions. So I would suggest people read this book, especially God Speaks. You can order it online, or you can even just download it from um, Google and try to read it. Not just this book. I'm not endorsing any organization or uh, any school, or uh, I'm just endorsing spirituality because how it affects your life in a very um, different manner. You won't be dependent on things in the physical realm. You won't be really having any dependency on things such as tablets or psychology or psychiatrist, or I don't know, different addictions that people have these days on phones or even on books. You won't be needing any of these things because spirituality will solve many of your problems. Many of your questions will be answered, and in a very uh, deep manner, not in the sense that you have a question and you get an answer, nothing like that. The answer will resonate inside your soul in a very deep understanding. And I feel like even if you are given an answer, you will still doubt it. You'll still be unsatisfied with the answer, especially if it's a literal answer or a model, or you will still be dissatisfied by the answer because the understanding has not crept into your soul, or your uh, or the knowledge has not converted itself to uh, a deep understanding in life or experience. And through spiritual practice and through reading such books, you will find that a lot of problems will be solved. But anyways, when let's get back to our uh, our investigation into ourselves. That is, we were at the level of the subtle body. Now, the subtle body is obviously every body is not just a single thing. It can be classified into different sub realms, and the aspects of the subtle body are are so the manifestation in the subtle body uh, gradually loses its grip. But if you are on the spiritual path, and if you are related and following a spiritual path, then you will find that manifestation in subtle body is spontaneous, and you will start increasing the speed at which the manifestation takes place in the subtle body. Uh, and then there's the realm of the mental body, which is the realm of thought. Again, I want to go back and say that emotions and feelings can also be classified into the subtle body realm, and then the mental body is the area where most of us probably dwells. Uh, so it is the especially the intellectuals delve more into the mental realm, and this is the area of thought and the thought generating feeling. This is where uh, the seat of the ego um, is, and this is where individuality and personality lies. So this is where a lot of things are manifesting, in the sense that you can be said to be a, a collection of different thought and different belief systems, and all of these lie in the mental body, and every uh, your personality and the way you perceive the world uh, lies here in the mental body, and everything that you believe and is actually true for you, and the limitation in the mental body is that there is no limitation. Whatever you believe is the truth for you, and this is the realm of the psychologists. People try to solve this mental uh, problems or mental health issues through understanding the mind. But I want to give a broader perspective on this area, that the mental body is the issues of the mental body are closely related to the subtle body and the gross body. So, of course, you find that if you eat something unhealthy, your mental health will obviously be affected. So, it's just an analogy to make you see that things are very interconnected, uh, not just uh, not just the gross or the mental body. Even your environment affects a lot on your mental body, and the environment is closely related to the subtle body as well, in the sense that you are able to judge the energy of the environment through the subtle body or through feeling the environment. So if you go and sit in a mosque or a temple, you will feel a certain change. If you don't feel a certain change, then you're probably not connected to your subtle body, or you delve a lot in the mental body or in the physical realm. But if you are able to feel this, especially um without any bias towards where you are sitting, so you can sit in a gurudwara and feel the same peace that you feel in a mosque. And this is very important, especially in the religious circles. I find that people tend to become more radical and become um, more religion centered, which is also another trap uh, by the ego or the personality, which tries to use this aspect of religion and try to identify itself with this religion by thinking that it has a higher purpose and somehow you are superior to other religions, which is absolutely a huge trap that people should get out of as soon as they can. We can go into this in another video, but I wanted to give a broad picture of themselves, like people themselves and ourselves. So now we are in the mental body realm. Uh, the next is the realm of realness, which is actually the place of oneness, or the place where God resides. This is the highest stage of consciousness, and when you are connected to this realm, you have access to infinite knowledge, infinite power, and infinite bliss. Of course, you will, if you have experienced certain types of meditative ecstasies, uh, then uh, then it is due to this realm, which is the realm of God. Uh, so this realm, and this is the real realm, and everything from this perspective is illusory and dreamlike. Obviously, who people who are associated with the mental body will feel the realness of the mental body and won't feel that it is dreamlike. But from the highest state, that is from the goddess state, everything that is visible in the world is uh, is illusory, and the highest form of ecstasy or the highest form of pleasure can be found in this realm. Obviously, not you are fluctuating between body to body and realm to realm. Sometimes you find yourself in the physical body and very closely identified with the physical realm too. And this is a constant fluctuation um, because of impressions. And let us delve in the concept of impression or sanskaras. Uh, so, what are sanskaras and what are impressions? Uh, it is the grasp of the soul. That is the so the things in the universe are here, and if you find yourself attracted to certain things, then that is your sanskara, or that is your impression. So, for example, if you are uh, attracted to a certain kind of knowledge, for example, now I'm more into reading the Dhammapada, or I'm more into the Buddhist texts. So now my impressions are closely connected to Buddhism. But these impressions can change again. I will find myself delving into Kashmiri Shaivism or Sufism or Sikhism or any kind of other isms, which is the impressions that the mind has created. These are the mental impressions. Of course, there are also other impressions of the subtle body or the desires. So, for example, one can have uh, impressions based on their sexual experiences, and you will find that you are chasing certain impressions which are related to your sexual desires. These are also impressions. So, whatever your soul is attracted to is impression, basically, and the idea is to exhaust all impressions to actually be in this goddess state is to exhaust all impressions, which can be done by the grace of the perfect master, or can be done through meditation and through not converting the impression into action. So if you have a certain impression and you give this impression energy, then this impression is going to generate more impressions, and this is going to lead you more and more into the realm of impressions. But the idea of this universe and the purpose of this universe is to remove all the impressions and remain in the goddess state. Of course, a lot of people have, especially those who are meditating regularly or who are in the spiritual path, whatever spiritual path they are, who find themselves in these ecstatic states, uh, taste this the state of love or or bliss, but find that the impressions come back up again, and you are back into the world again. So this state is not sustaining. That is, this state is temporary, which is due to your impressions of the physical and the mental and the subtle worlds, realms. So when these impressions exhaust themselves, you will find that you are in the state permanently, and that is when you yourself become God. Um, in the sense that you are not really superior to anybody else. You find that you are connected to the substratum of the universe, and that is actually the goddess state. It's not a superior being. You will find that this goddess state is in everything, even the stones and even the plants and even the room that you are sitting in, even the phone that you are interacting with. You will find that the substratum of the universe is in everything and is in no way superior to anybody else. So that's it for this video. I want people to, especially if you are watching this video, I want you to contemplate on what I've told about. And if you have more curiosity in this topic, then you can read God Speaks by Meher Baba, and you can find a lot of texts in different traditions which are related to what I'm talking about here. This is not something new or not a new knowledge of any kind. These are all these words have always all been spoken uh, since millennia and ages. But I find that uh, this wisdom needs to be told in different ways by relating it to the present society. And That is the that is the reason why uh, teachers and teachers are here. They are Teachers and philosophers are always in demand because they are able to convey this wisdom in a way that society in the current state is able to understand. So, in this world that we find ourselves and in this age, um, I would like to convey this wisdom through this perspective and through this through understanding this society more. So, anyways, thank you for watching this video.